is crazy. That is crazy. I couldn't read it alone. Like, I had to go to my mom's room, and that kept me crying. Hey guys, it's Gizele Anise and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Gizele, and make sure you guys please subscribe, hit the bell to get notified every time I post every week, and give it a thumbs up. In today's video, we are going to be talking about recent books that I've read so far. So just giving you guys a little update, my rating, and if you guys are new to my channel, basically in these videos I give you guys the Goodreads rating, what Goodreads rates them, the trope, I give you the genre, I give you the synopsis, I give you my own rating. I think that's pretty much it. But thank you guys so much for 206 subscribers. That is crazy. That is crazy. So thank you guys so much for that. Like, what? Like, that's for me. That number's for me. That is crazy. I really do appreciate you guys. Have no idea how much I appreciate the amount of people that watch my videos. Without further ado, let's get into this book review. I think these are in somewhat of an order, like in a timeline order. So we'll just start with the first book that I think was first that I read out of the whole stack, which is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. This is a thriller book. I'm going to read the synopsis. Think you know the person you married? Think again. Things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright for a very long time. Every anniversary, the couple exchanges traditional gifts, and Adam's wife writes him a letter she's never let him read until now. Self-confessed workaholic Adam Wright has faced blindness. He can't recognize his own wife, and Amelia is sick of feeling unseen. When Adam and Amelia win a weekend away to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. This weekend may make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they will never forget. Also, if you guys hear a slur, it's because I have my Invisalign on. But basically, that is the synopsis. I am going to give you guys the book reads rating and then my rating. So book reads majority is 4 stars. So that's pretty good. My rating for Rock, Paper, Scissors was 3 stars. Okay, so the reason I gave it 3 stars was because I enjoyed the book. I think it was a good thriller, but not the best that I've read so far. When you read the book, you kind of think, oh, this might happen or this might happen, and hey, like, you get it wrong. I kind of got a little bit of it right when I hypothesized what was going to happen in the book. So it didn't really like give me that wow factor than other thriller books that I've read in the past have given me. So I gave it 3 stars because I did enjoy the book. There was nothing that I could really say that will change my mind about changing the rating. I think the plot twist really does have people amazed. I don't think I got a connection with the characters as much. So usually when I rate a book 3 stars, it's because I liked it, I enjoyed the read, good, like the characters, like the story, but nothing really special about the book. I do recommend it to people who are also in the thriller mindset. So I think this would be a really good book to people who are brand new in thriller category or psychological thriller. I think this is really good. The second book that I read is Verity by Colleen Hoover. Let's read the synopsis really quick. A thriller that will keep you up all night and a twist that will leave you reeling. Lowen, I don't know how to say her last name. We'll just call her Lowen. Lowen is a struggling writer on the brink of a financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in the successful series his injured wife has unable to finish. Lowen arrives at the Crawford home, ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Lowen doesn't expect is to uncover a chaotic office in unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page, bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night her family was forever altered. Lowen decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing that a content could devastate the already grieving father. As Lowen's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, she recognizes all the ways she could benefit if he were to read his wife's words. After all, no matter how devoted Jeremy is to his injured wife, a truth that is horrifying would make it impossible for Jeremy to continue loving her. So that's a synopsis. Let me give you guys the Goodreads rating and then my rating. Goodreads rates Verity by Colleen Hoover overall 5 stars. The majority of the rating is 5 stars. Gave it 4.5 stars. The reason why I gave it a 4.5 is because it's a good book. It's really entertaining, somewhat believable characters. It definitely gave me a little chill. I would get to a certain part of the book. I couldn't read it alone. Like, I had to go to my mom's room and read it with her because I couldn't just read it by myself in my room in the dark. This book was recommended to me by my aunt, so she read this one and then The Silent Patient. And if you guys haven't seen my previous book reviews, you guys should watch those. She read The Silent Patient, and then after that she told me to read Verity. So good. The ending was so good. So I do recommend everybody to read this one. The next book that I got is a classic book. It's called The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I think that I'm pronouncing that right. I could be wrong. My dad picked it out because my dad wants me to read classic books. So this is a book that's banned in school. Mine is a paperback, but in the book it really doesn't say the synopsis. So basically this book is about a 16-year-old who got expelled, and within 2 days you basically go through life with him within those 2 days. I was gonna say like, oh, like this is gonna be boring. Like, no, I just didn't think it was gonna be really interesting to spend 2 days reading about 2 days in a 16-year-old's life. I was wrong. Honestly, The Catcher in the Rye is so good. I found it very interesting because there was some chapters that I found so interesting, but there was other chapters that was like, what is this kid doing? Like, genuinely, what is this kid doing? All the adventures that Holden goes through within 2 days is unbelievable, but believable at the same time. I find it very interesting that he challenges adults. Basically says that like adults aren't right. They're not right in society most of the time or all the time because they are human, like us teenagers. Like, we could get certain things right and certain things wrong. The character definitely reminded me of my dad for sure. My dad is a little bit like Holden. I could see that in the way Holden thinks about people. So I found it very funny. Goodreads rated it overall, it has 5 stars is the overall rating, and I gave it a 4 stars. The reason I gave it a 4 stars is it's a good entertaining book. There was something missing that it was giving me like a super 5 stars. I would have to take a break because some chapters weren't really interesting, and usually when I give a book 5 stars it's because I'm continually and actively reading the book. I would recommend it to a lot of people. Actually, I would recommend it to people, anybody who's in their teens. I would recommend this before you turn 20. The next book that we have that I read and that kept me crying was If You Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. Finn, oh my god, little golden retriever boy. Let's read the synopsis really quick. If you had been with me, everything would have been different. Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable, but then something changed, or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. Autumn has a boyfriend, Jamie, and her close-knit group of friends. Finn has become that boy at the school, the one that everybody wants to be around. That still doesn't stop the way Autumn feels every time she and Finn cross paths, and the growing, nagging thought that maybe things could have been different, maybe they should have been together. As time passes, Autumn realizes that she might not get another chance to make things right before it is too late. The one thing that I will say about this book is that it tells you right away. It says it literally in the first page. He got in an accident. Is that a spoiler? No, because it literally says it in the first page. It just goes back in time when Finn and Autumn used to be like best friends. Like, I have never read a book like If He Had Been With Me, and I found it very, very hard to read. Like, I created a connection with these characters. Like, I truly, truly love them. Goodreads rating for If He Had Been With Me, the overall rating is, okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's tied between 4 stars and 5 stars. I rated it 5 stars. And the reason why I rated it 5 stars is because it's such a good book. It kept me engaged. I read this between like 3 days. I cried for this book. And usually when I cry for a book, it is a 5 stars. But the first book is in Autumn's point of view, and the second book, that's called If I Had Only Told Her, is in Finn's point of view. The only thing that I hated that they did in this book is that Autumn and Finn cannot learn to communicate sometimes, but it's in each other's best interest. that person is already going through something. I shouldn't burden them with the fact of how I'm feeling. I hate that, but it's so valid because I do that, you know? Oh my god, 5 stars, recommended to everyone. The 5th book that I read, I don't have the physical copy. The book is called And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and let me read the synopsis. 10 strangers are invited in an isolated island by a mysterious host. As they start to die one by one, the remaining guests realize the killer is among them. With no way to escape, they must uncover the murderer's identity before it's too late. Goodreads rated it. The overall rating for it is 5 stars. I rated it 3 stars because sometimes I would get confused because there were so many people. So at the beginning of the book, I would say you are going to get confused because of how many people there are. There's 10 strangers. I got a sense in the middle of the book and then really enjoyed the last part of the book. Like, it was really interesting. 3 stars. The plot twist at the end, that was good. I would recommend it. The 6th book that I read, this book is from my English class. It's called Grendel by John Gardner, and we finished this book like probably last week or 2 weeks ago. Let's get the synopsis on my phone. Grendel is a retelling of a part of the old English poem Beowulf from the perspective of the antagonist Grendel. In the novel, Grendel is portrayed as an anti-hero. The novel deals with finding meaning in the world, the power of literature and myth, and the nature of good and evil. 3 stars. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I did find the philosophical perspective of Grendel very interesting. The fact that they make it good and evil is very interesting as well. I don't think people my age would read the book. I never thought a monster or an evil character could think the way his brain works. Let's find out what Goodreads rated it. Goodreads rated Grendel by John Gardner. Overall rating is 4 stars. Hook, which is a never after novel. It's by Emily McIntyre, but basically it's a Peter Pan retelling where Hooked, which is James Hook, gets the happily ever after that he rightfully so deserves in this book. I don't know about the real Peter Pan. And then Peter Pan, which is Peter Michaels, is the bad guy. I really enjoyed this book. I read it super fast. 5 stars. I was gonna say 4.5, but I read it so freaking fast. It gave me so many emotions. It was so good. I would never fall for this type of character, James Hook. I would fall for James, but not Hook. I really like the plot twist that was in this book. I really advise you guys to read like trigger warnings because there is a few scenes in here that were a little bit concerning for other people. 5 stars. 5 freaking stars. If you like villains, Disney villains, or you just like Disney retellings, give it a chance. 5 stars! Like, it was so good. So update you guys on 6 books that I have recently read in 2023. And currently it is 2024, but these were the books that I read at the end of 2023. That is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys like this video. I'm hoping I gave you guys like good recommendations so that way you could add it to your TBR. Out of this whole stack, Hooked is number 1. 2 is If He Had Been With Me, and then 3 is Verity. I recommend all these books to everyone who loves enjoying reading books. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys loved this video. I know I had fun making it, and I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Bye.